Arsenal dominating the headlines again, but according to Thomas Frank, there is going to be no sale whatsoever of Ivan Toney this January. Is that, what we're all thinking about this? I want to get LB first on this, because Arsenal they've been linked to him for ages. Their fans are desperate for a striker, but all we're really hearing at the moment is Arsenal not really doing any work around the striker. There's talk about the likes of Vlahovic maybe, but the Ivan Toney deal at this moment in time seems a long way away from happening for them.
Yeah, I think Toney would have been great for Arsenal. I think he would have offered them something different to Gabriel Jesus. He's played in England before in the Premier League. He's got goals. He knows where the back of the net is. I think he backs himself. He's got a bit of an ego. So I don't think he'll come into that squad and shy away. It would have cost him a lot of money. And I think if whoever signs him is going to cost him a lot of money. I think it's a real shame that they're not going for him from an Arsenal point of view, because they need someone. Because at the end of the day, if they had a goal scorer, they probably get at least a point off West Ham. If they have a goal scorer, because Gabriel Jesus missed 2 sitters, there's 2 headers that he missed. He should have buried them. So they probably get a point. This is the problem with Jesus. Decent player, he presses well on that, and he can bring other players into the team. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, the guy just doesn't know where the back of the net is. So I think Arsenal need a striker. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be disappointed that you're not going from it. Apparently, there's some rumours saying that they're looking at Vlahovic. I don't know whether that is true. Get him in. He's still young. He's only 23, but he's played in top leagues now for 6-7 years. I think that would, again, something different to Jesus, a bigger player. I think if they can get a big striker in that, I think that's great business for Arsenal. It's a shame that it can't be Toney, but if they get Vlahovic in, I think it's a good signing. So if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be pressuring my board to make this move happen. 100%.
What I would say on the Thomas Frank words is that in May 2023, he said on David Raya that he will not be leaving Brentford unless it's a 40 million plus transfer. And 3 months later or 2 months later, he joins us for about 27 mil, and obviously the 3 million as the loan fee. So I don't really know what to think of Frank's words, if I'm being honest, because he just makes things worse for Brentford, I think. And I think we will either get Toney or Vlahovic, and it will be around 50 to 60 million pound mark. Because there's no way anyone is going to pay 100 million pound for Toney.
If I'm being completely honest, I don't see us getting a striker. If I'm being completely honest with myself, I genuinely don't see us getting a striker with the amount of big wigs on all of these transfer guys, Fabrizio Romano, Ben Jacobs, and all of this that come out and have said clearly there is FFP regulations. They're trying to dodge this stuff because FFP is literally, I think we're literally on the brink of going into the 3rd financial year of the spending barrier or spending cap. So you can only spend a certain amount in 3 years, I believe. So we're literally on the brink of going into the next financial year in April, and they can only spend only so much. So we're literally on the brink of going over FFP. They have to sell in order to buy. We have to sell players. I've seen Nketiah's name being brought up, saying that Crystal Palace is interested and they want to buy him. And then I'm seeing us saying that we want to keep him and he's a valued member of our team. So realistically, we're
not going to outright say that he's for sale, because then his value immediately goes down because people know.
No, but I'm saying, Matt, I'm seeing them. People coming out saying that we are refusing to sell him. We're only going to look at the bid if it's a laughable bid. That's what people normally do, or that's what teams normally say when they don't really. That's like City coming in for Bukayo Saka right now, and then us saying to City, yeah, if it's a crazy bid like 150 or 200 million, we might have a look at it. But if it's any less than that, bro, forget about it. There's not even any point in coming to the table. So right now, it doesn't look like they want to sell Nketiah. They want to keep this guy to the end of the season. I don't completely agree with it. I don't think he's the right striker for our club. I don't think he's our level. I feel like he's a mid-table club level. Crystal Palace, a Bournemouth, he worked very well there. But we need to get a striker. If we don't get a striker, I see it being very difficult for us to get back to winning, to be able to win this title. I see it very difficult.
I'll put a question out to the rivals on the panel. Do you think Arsenal's board and sort of decision makers are going to let their fans down this January and not sign what's needed? Or is this a case of keeping their cards close to their chest so they can get the best deal possible? Because last January, it was very noisy. They were going to sign people and they did, but they didn't get their number one targets. So how do you guys see it going for them this January? Because a lot of people have built it up as being maybe the most important window in recent years. Are they going to deliver for their fans, essentially?
I don't know what striker they're getting. If this FFP concerns are legit, God knows what striker they're getting, because Vlahovic is going to cost you at least 80. Juve are going to want to profit on the 66 they paid. Juve paid 66 for him. Juve paid 66 for him. Not going to sell him for a loss. Toney, they'll probably just do something within. They'll probably come to a gentleman's agreement. Like, you got banned while playing for us. Give us these last 6 months. Help us stay away from relegation, because that's a genuine threat for Brentford at the minute. That's how poorly they've been playing.
True.
Steer us away from relegation. We'll let you go in the summer. You try and come in now, they're going 80, 90, because this is probably the best striker outside the traditional big six clubs in the Premier League.
So what if we do a trade of Eddie Nketiah for Toney?
And then Brentford laughing out the room and they go, why would we want Eddie Nketiah?
Yeah, that's
because Eddie Nketiah is their type of level.
What, championship? They're going to get relegated.
Well, no, but like, as in, he is that mid-table sort of.
He's not the same type of player, though. No. He's not the same type of that they already have an Eddie Nketiah type of player.
You're not downgrading from Toney to Nketiah, bro. No chance. No Brentford fans going to accept that.
If you think Thomas Frank is going to sit there and lose out on, because Arsenal will overvalue Nketiah in these swaps. If you think Frank is going to value Nketiah like £40 million and take that over 40 million he can reinvest into a separate striker that he actually gets to choose. No.
Also, do you think Brentford are going to pay Nketiah 100 grand a week?
Exactly.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Swap deals are as rare as rocking horse shit because they're almost impossible to get done. You might be able to sell him to Crystal Palace, Nketiah. That I see as being plausible. Like, that makes sense, but I just don't see the thing with Brentford. If they were sort of like really solid in 9th place, then I think it's easier. I think the fact they're in free fall in terms of form. Someone actually.
Why would they do that if they were going to push for European?
They're not, but they're not pushing for European football now.
But like, if they're in 9th place, then you would push.
No, but what I'm saying, they might do. But at the end of the day, if the player wants to leave, they're offered 70, 80 million pounds. They're comfortable in the Premier League. They can take the money, reinvest the following year. The issue right now is Tom's right. They are facing relegation if their form don't turn around, and Ivan Toney can help them turn their form around. So it's going to take it's a seller's market in January. Let's not beat about the bush. The seller always generally gets the deal they want. If Arsenal want an Ivan Toney, they're going to have to break the bank for him. The problem is, I get you're right. The FFP is probably holding you back, probably. But let's not forget, your owners can pump in money to get you away from FFP issues. This FFP excuse. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Your owners have pumped in no money in the last 3 years directly. You can pump in £100 million directly from your owners every 3 years under FFP regulations. So they pumped £100 million into your club today. You could go out and spend whatever you want. Whenever you see the media say, oh, Arsenal, United or Liverpool can't spend because they're close to FFP, what they're actually saying to you is, yeah, the owner's not willing to inject their own money. So the £100 million could be injected into your club today from the Cronkies, and there's nothing anybody could do about it. They're allowed to pump in £100 million every 3-year FFP cycle. So if you've got FFP problems, it's because your owners are not pumping money into your club. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. In this circumstance,
I do think that we will sign a striker, and it will be either Vlahovic or Toney, because I just think that we will sell Eddie Nketiah or Reece Nelson, and because they're academy players, it's worth so much in terms of to help us with FFP.
How much are you getting for them 2 players, bro? How much are you selling them for? How much are you going to sell them?
If we sold Reece Nelson for 20 million, that would be sort of around about 80 million that we can spend.
Right. And what about Eddie?
Sold
Tom's reaction is too funny.
40 million.
How much? 40 million?
Huh?
40 million said for Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
Yo, you're on
60
drugs.
million for Nketiah and Nelson.
You're on drugs.
But he's got 5. The most goals he's ever scored in the Premier League is 5, bro.
Yeah, but we sold Balogun for 35 million.
He scored 20 league goals the year before in League One. He moved to League One, and Nketiah's got 5.
Guys, all I'm gonna say to you lot, yeah, is I'm praying for a situation like Iwobi. You know, when they randomly came out and just spent 45 mil, bro. I'm just praying. I'm holding my hands. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. At this point, I'll take anything. I would take anything, bro. I just want to get some money so I can get somebody else.
What about selling Thomas Partey to Saudi Arabia for 50 million?
No,
but that's on the cards. Saudi clubs.
I don't want to get rid of him yet.
Summer,
I need him to stay the rest of the season.
Number one target is Zuckerberg. So I feel Partey will go in the summer, but
Partey might not play any games this season. For one reason or another, he's not getting picked. Why not sell him? Because
he's not getting.
That's what I was going to say.
Injured.
Yeah,
yes,
but why don't
you change?
Why don't you get in a player that you know is actually going to be available? With all due respect, Partey hardly ever plays. Why wouldn't you, if you could take 50 million, reinvest that into a player that will actually play and contribute to the team? Partey's played 5 games?
Because financially, I think it's
can closely replicate what Partey does.
But he's not playing. He's not playing. When he's not playing, he's not replicating anything. That's my point. So, Partey's great when he plays, but how often is he playing these days? That's the
we went right in to play with Partey. That's the whole reason why we.
I don't know if you did, man. I don't know. You guys were looking to sell him last year in the summer.
You didn't buy Declan Rice for 2 years. You didn't buy Declan Rice to just play for 2 years alongside Tom, because that was all Thomas Partey was going to give you another 2 years. You didn't buy him just for a 2-year period. And also, going back to the Eddie Nketiah point, if you sold Eddie Nketiah for 40 million quid, first off, I'd go shake the hand of every single Arsenal director who's managed to pull that off, because that would be your record sale.
No,
that would be your record sale. Arsenal are a notoriously poor selling club. Their record sale is Ox to us. Oxlade-Chamberlain for 38 million euros is your record sale. If you got 40 million pounds for Nketiah, that would be your record sale.
Imagine
if you got
Nketiah
20 million.
Wow.
If you got 20 million for Reece Nelson, that would be your probably around 11th record sale.
Right, but hear me out, right? Eddie Nketiah.
Come on, Harry.
Is a Premier League regular, right?
Get your wand out.
Regular.
He's a Premier League regular. He's scored in the Champions League. He's got an England cap. He's got more than what Balogun has. No, he's got more than what Balogun has, and we sold Balogun for 35 million.
Are we just glossing over?
Can I just state, by the way, I clearly said at the start that I am willing to take anything for these guys. Okay,
you're not part of this.
I'm letting you guys know, bro. I'm stepping back because realistically, bro, I'm
35 million for Nketiah.
I'll be so real with the way
because we will.
When you look through the Premier League,
the only thing I'll say about Patrick, just 1 second, bro. The only thing I'll say is that the fact that he is a second striker in a team right now where the first striker is not even scoring goals and he's struggling to come off the bench to replace Jesus just states the obvious that he is clearly right now not at that level to be going for that kind of money. I think we might get 20, 25, maybe 30 million for Nketiah. And that, if we get that, that's not minimum. That's not minimum, bro. That's probably the maximum we're probably going to get from him. I'm telling you right now, bro. If the only reason why we got that money for what's his name, Balogun, is because he was literally ripping down trees in the French league, bro. He was actually playing very well.
Eddie Nketiah has a career. Eddie Nketiah for Arsenal has scored 19 league goals in his career. Balogun last season scored 21 league goals. That's why he cost 30 million.
He scored 20 goals in Ligue 1.
And what league did he move to, mate?
Ligue 1. Yeah, but we sold him for 35 million.
That's why he cost so much. Did you not see a Premier League club didn't want to pay it because he wasn't worth that to a Premier League club? Let's have a look at what a Premier League club ranks.
There was no Premier League club after him.
5 goals. Crystal Palace
was no
were
Premier
rumoured to
League
be
club
after him
after
for
him.
ages. Palace were rumoured to be after him for ages. I'm sorry. If we're looking at this and going, Eddie Nketiah is going to get 35 to 40 million, then I'm sorry.
He will. Honestly, he will.
No, he won't. Like, look at
Just go
through the Premier League. Listen, just go through the Premier League table right now and look at every striker that is literally from 1st to 20th. Yeah, and pretty much every team has got a striker that's better than Eddie Nketiah. So how could he go for 35 million? Like, literally, look at
every team got a striker that's better.
Every team has got a goal scorer that's better than Eddie Nketiah. Aston Villa got Ollie Watkins. Obviously, Liverpool, we don't need to name the players that they've got. Man City, we also don't need to name
Start
them.
lower down, Patrick.
Yeah.
Start lower down. Sheffield United have Cameron Archer. I'd rather have Cameron Archer.
Exactly, that's it. So Burnley, who are Burnley got?
Luton have Adebayo.
Yes.
Adebayo's had a good season. Everton have Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin's a better striker than Nketiah. Brentford have Ivan Toney.
Crystal Palace are interested in Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, interested. That's
so
one
are
team.
Fulham.
Fulham have got what's his guy? Jimenez. I'll take Jimenez over Nketiah.
So why all of a sudden are they?
Why are we really sitting here arguing about Nketiah being a good striker?
No, because I'm adamant we're going to get 35 million.
Bro, he's not valuable, bro.
I've got to put this up. It's made me die. Man like Staffy's in the house here, and Staffy has said, "What is Anton from Ratatouille waffling about?" And in fairness, man does look like Anton from Ratatouille. You know, it does look like Anton from Ratatouille. That is literally you, bro. 100%. When we look at this, and then we go back, and then we look at this, and then we go back. That is literally you. I like that. Big up, Staffy.
I knew that was going to come out.
Anton, you know. That's
Crystal
your new
Palace
nickname
have
on
a
the
better
pitch.
striker at their own club. Crystal Palace have Edward, who's outscored Nketiah this season.
Yeah. All right.
I still think he is.
I'm telling you, bro. You're fighting, bro.
He's gonna go
as a fellow Arsenal, as a fellow Gooner, bro. You're fighting a losing battle, bro. This guy, bro. If that happens, that's daylight robbery, bro. That's daylight robbery. If we sell him,
I'll be laughing at you when we do sell him for 35 minutes.
Guys, I want to.